Welcome back everyone to an instance of one where today we'll be running the depths of Kidzul-Kalah, which is a quest that I skipped when I was running through here in my complete Pine Leaf series, and that's because I have never actually properly completed this instance. I have to see if I change that today or if I'm just going to show you how to fail in this instance. I would ask that you speak with Lord Elrond when you're able, Pineleaf. Though we have unraveled one mystery, something still troubles the Master of Rivendell and draws his attention from present matters. With your help, he may be able to focus his attention on the here and now. So this does relate directly to the story that is within the Vales of Anduin. So that's a little bit unusual in here, where the others, I had trouble finding exactly where they fit in within the storyline for some of the others, like the Woe of the Willow. But here is very clear this is a continuation of our adventures in finding Isildur, or at least the shade of Isildur. So now we need to go and speak with Elrond on this matter. Ah, here he is. Elrond appears lost in thought as you approach. He turns to greet you. Ah, Gandalf was kind to send you. Indeed, something troubles me still, and my thoughts dwell on the years following the War of the Last Alliance. In the early years of the Third Age, Khazad-dûm was still a thriving kingdom. Durin's Bane had not yet awoken. Despite this, I have memories of dwarves seeking refuge, fleeing from a mining colony in the mountains at the time when all should have been well. It was known as Kidzul-Kalah. Many dwarves were waylaid on the road by orcs and goblins as they attempted to reach Durin's halls or other nearby forts. They told us of a great flood, perhaps the same flood that caused the Gladden Fields to become the marsh that it is today. Perhaps it is as simple as that, an earthquake and a flood. And yet, I cannot help but think that the Maiden of the Gladden may be involved. The Gladden is her domain, and the waters would answer her call. I would like to travel to Kidzul-Kalah and question Gothava myself. I would ask you and Glorfindel to accompany me. We will travel to the Gladdenmere and seek her. Find us there. So that's the first headache in this, is that I need to find Elrond and Glorfindel at Kidzul-Kalah, which means we have to go there the hard way. We are heading to the lower sections of Kidzul-Kalah, which is right down over here, which unfortunately is filled with all these mobs that I hate. So we're in the lower section rather than in the upper section. So this is where we are going to find Elrond and Glorfindel. And unfortunately we're also going to find numerous annoying mobs. Unlocking this instance is a real pain because you have to go through all this mess. The instance is annoying. And everything I can think about this one is annoying. Which is why I skipped it initially and went to harrowing in the previous episode, because I really didn't want to do this. But as you can see, I suppose I do have to eventually do it, despite my preferences. Now, Glorfindel is down this way. I hope I didn't get off the road too early or anything like that, because I don't like this enough as it is, and having it prolonged by going off on byways all over the place and having to kill every single mob in the area is really. And here are Elrond and Glorfindel right at the front of the dungeon with the Maiden of the Gladden. Now, the public entrance is way up there. This is for the instance. And of course, they didn't make this place for hobbits, apparently. Oh, yeah, she gets to walk right on top of the water. Godfather presents a pleasant form, but her answers to Elrond's questions are evasive. Even the patience of the Eldar is not infinite, not while we suspect her of some misdeed. Perhaps she will answer if the inquiry is from someone that she trusts. We need to know if she caused the flood, and if she did, if it was due to some dispute with the dwarves or another petty cause. Well, let's see what she says.
I have need of your aid.
You approach Guthava and ask if she might answer the questions of Lord Elrond. She seems to ignore you, barely acknowledging your presence, but then turns to you and speaks. We meet again, Pineleaf. I have need of your aid. She seems completely untroubled by the questioning of two very powerful elf lords. She turns to gaze the ruins of what must have been a grand dwarf fortress before its ruin. She does not hide her melancholy as she reminisces. Once the dwarves dwelt here in great numbers. They busily toiled below, sang songs, feasted, lived their lives. We had an understanding, and though I did not appreciate it then, I enjoyed their company. But now they are gone, at my bidding. It was I who flooded this place. She notices your shock and confusion at the admission. You feel Elrond and Glorfindel's stances change, and see their faces harden. It appears Elrond's suspicions were justified. Judge me if you wish, for I failed. I did not achieve what I sought. On that day a great darkness stirred beneath the mountain. The ground shook, and new paths opened deep below. I felt the tainted evil seep ever closer. I could not allow it to corrupt the Gladden. I bade the dwarves leave, and called forth the flood waters. Dark, twisted things lurk in the depths below. They did not drown, as I had hoped. I merely halted their spread. I am not able to defeat them on my own, and perhaps with your help I may finally be able to set things right. You ask what became of the dwarves that used to occupy this place. Indignation briefly flashes across her face. I would never have let them drown by my hand. Whatever befell them after they left the shores of the Gladden was beyond my control. My wish was for them to live their lives happily in other halls. Elrond's stance has relaxed considerably after hearing Godthava's story. It appears my suspicions were correct, but her reasoning was sound. She was benevolent enough to give the dwarves time to escape before acting. If she requires assistance clearing this place of evil, then she will have it. Alright, that's good to hear.
When you are ready, we shall begin.
Very well, Pineleaf. When you're ready, we shall begin. But know this, I must test your strength before I allow you into harm's way. Alright, so that is where we get to the story where we have to complete the instance. And to unlock the instance, you have to approach this area and you get the discovery deed.
The dwarves left deep scars in the earth, and in their absence terrible things have moved into the dark pits. The waters of the Gladden merely halted their spread. With your aid, I might end this threat for good.
For good. We will see. Now, one of the tricky things in here is keeping track of these two guys because I have a habit of losing them, and when you lose them, well, I'm not good enough to do the instance without their help. Glorfindel and I have prepared to assist you with the trial that the maiden and whatever dangers lie beyond. Be wary. She is more powerful than she appears. If despite her ability she is unable to defeat the foul creature within the flooded mine, that is all the more reason to be on your guard. Alright. I suppose we could do that. And now, I guess move forward.
This place the dwarves called Kidzul-Kalah. I sensed fell things from deep below the earth approaching. I bade them leave and flooded the mines. The waters of the Gladden did not drown the nameless things as I hoped they would. The creatures linger still in the deep waters, corrupting, polluting. If you aid me, you will be rewarded. But first, you must prove you are strong enough to triumph over the shadows below.
Right.
I call the waters.
You call the waters. Well, so we have to fight her in order to prove that we are worthy of facing the enemy below. So we have to deal with these water spirits, of course, because that's what happens. This is the easy part. Despite the fact that she's 2.5 million. I don't. What does this thing do? Now, pass the test of the main. Oh, use this to summon Glorfindel and Elrond to your side. Alright, so that's useful in that. That's what you get in the solo duo version. I'm guessing that in the full version, they're not here to help you because I suspect that they're mainly here to help you if you're doing the solo version. That is the most likely thing, but
I call the waters.
I could be wrong in that. Call the waters. I suspect we're going to get more spirits, right?
You are indeed strong. Please, help me remove the shadows that corrupt this place.
Alright, we can do it. Maybe. At least we'll try. Oh. That actually counts as the first boss. 5 gold marks. And a 116 enchantment rune. Okay.
I will drain the waters. Enter and beware.
And it's a tougher one than usual, so maybe that's the reason why they're actually giving us a purple enhancement rune instead of a yellow one as I usually get when I run these instances. Well, the Darklings are of course going to be pretty easy to defeat. The Grasping Maul. So we do have the Draining Dark Maul. Draining. I don't like the word draining. That usually gives me the idea that it's going to drain my power away. Now, oh, this room. I think this is round 1 or something like that.
That is the source of the corruption. Draw its attention while I cleanse this place.
Oh, look at this. It's a mini watcher. Oh. So he has this tentacle to fight. Oh, the water is toxic, so I need to get out of here, I think. So let's see if I can keep at least from being in the toxic water. And see what I can do here. Actually, it's so far so good. But I have a feeling things aren't going to go too well when... Oh, actually, it's got a corruption on here. Alright, that's something I gotta be careful of. Maybe that corruption is the reason why I keep on losing this thing. Perhaps I wasn't paying attention to it in my earlier attempts. Solo difficulty mod. Multiplies maximum morale by 50% damage. Well, it's nice that it only does half damage. Because if it did more, I think I would be in a lot worse trouble right now. A biting tentacle. How many of these things do I have to fight? Well, I could... that's one down. Well, what does that mean now? I have to go further? Defend Gothbot against the as she drains the water. Alright. Where is she? Oh, up ahead. I sort of missed that, I guess. Alright, let's go around here. Oh, yes. Sorry about that. I didn't realize you were already here. And you. Yeah, I really don't know this one all that well, as you can see. Probably because every time I've done it, it has been such a bad experience. It's a long time before I attempt it again. There you go. This section isn't too bad. It's the ending bit where things get really tough. Where is... Oh, way over there. Though, there may be this thing about visibility, apparently. Actually, was there a... Just in this room? No, I guess not. Just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss something there. Finished training? I guess that answers that question. Press on, heroes. We must not allow the fiend to escape. Alright. Oh, yeah. I think it's phase 2 where things really usually go south. Ouch! Ouch. Alright, that was not the ideal way to get down. Alright, this way. Down that way. I've still got a few more seconds of falling injuries before I can walk again properly. There you go. Now, your turn. Good. And your turn. Alright, now let's see what we have here. This is... I actually have them both with me. That's a switch. I've gone into this fight with, with no one at my side. Do not let it escape. Strike it down! Alright. Alright, now let's try it again. And round 2. Let's see what all we got in here. Okay, we had the solo difficulty mode, which we noted last time. Perfect state immune. Immune to stun, stasis, fears, and roots. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now I got the... I have to make sure I get rid of the diseases that it puts on me, and make sure I get rid of its corruptions. It looks like if I do that, I might have a decent chance. This is actually going better than usual, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, I have tried this thing with the levels at several. Oopsie daisy. I think that's usually a bad sign not to get things on there. And there we go. Ah! Oh, yeah, that puddle is not a good thing to have with me. Alright, there we go. I must drain the water once more, and then we will have it cornered. Right. Yeah, and a cornered beast is the most dangerous one. I'm not too fond about this eye that's on me at the moment. Oh, hello! I forgot about those things. Yuck! They look really nasty. All sorts of nasty things here. Alright, there you go. Oh. Okay. And you? Drain life. Oh. Can I get rid of that with a corruption? I can't tell because it's gone now. Alright. What's that next? You. Once we have this down, we go to the last one. Maybe this time I could do it without jumping down. Oh. The fiend is within our grasp. Right. Well, let's see if I can get down without breaking my ankle. Let's see. Oh. Hey, how about the ramp? It might be reasonable to use the ramp. Just saying. It might be better. Oh, hello. Might be better than breaking my ankle. So she goes into combat before we could even possibly reach there. Okay, are you two coming along? Good. Now, I'm not too sure about this eye that's on me. Why is it on me? I don't see the state that put it on. I'm just worried that that thing is going to kill me at some point. You've got... Oh. She requires my aid. Oh. Okay. Oh, well, we've taken care of it, fortunately. So I'm going to have to make sure that she doesn't get hit too many times. Not exactly sure whether or not a particular enemy is tanky or not. I leave it to you, brave ones. We cannot fail now. Are you sure about that? I am not going to place bets on that. Oops, oopsie daisy. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't. Already this is bad. Yeah, this is the point that I remember so horribly. We got all this stuff. There you go. Now, where were we? Interesting. I'm still worried about this green eye that's on me. Yellow or green? I can't tell if it's yellow. Greenish yellow. That's what it looks like. Alright, let's try this. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to actually use my javelins effectively this way, but we'll see. Actually, this is not going as bad as it usually does. Is it maybe only at higher levels where it turns completely sour? Have they tamed it down? Was I doing it wrong last time? I guess that third possibility is really Likely. Or is this not the end yet?
It is done.
You're kidding
Thank
me.
you for your valor, heroes. Now the waters of the Gladden shall remain pure.
Maybe it's just worse if you're a melee character and I was trying to melee it last time. That's always a possibility. What do you say, Elron? Our task here is done. Now that the corruption is purged and the water receded, perhaps life can one day return to this place. Thank you for your part in finding the truth of the matter. Without your presence, we may have been punished Gosava for a crime that she did not commit. With the mystery solved, we will take our leave and return to Bjorninghus. There is still a long road before us, and we should take advantage of Grimbjorn's hospitality while it is available to us. Alright, good. And what does she want?
Thank you for your valor, heroes.
The darkness has been defeated, and the waters of the Gladden made safe. Thank you for your valor. And okay, get an enhancement rune incomparable. Really? Okay. And is that in place of a chest, I guess? Yeah, I don't see a chest, so it looks like she talks to you and gives you a reward instead of usual. I can only imagine that my trouble that I was having before was A, not having Elrond and Glorfindel with me because I kept on losing them. Oh. Oh, here's the chest. Alright. 5 gold marks and a perfect... Oh, perfect recovery. Oh, it's a... an 11. Tier 11 tracery. So you can get a tracery at the end, purple tracery at the end. Alright. I may need to run this or something in order to see more about this, but this went surprisingly well. That's all I could say about that, because I don't think I ever successfully done this solo before until today. So that's it for Kidzul-Kalah, which went better than I thought. Well then, I guess it's time to go back to the Bjorninghus and talk to Gandalf? No, apparently I finished the quest when I spoke to one of these two. Well then, that's it for this episode of An Instance of One, and we return next time. We will be back in the Morgul Vale in An Instance of One. And I hope I get rid of this eye at some point.